Hi folks, and welcome back to The Plot. It's a gorgeous Monday morning. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning, and this is not a clickbait title. I've been thinking about this for quite a long time. Essentially, I think it might be time for me to shut the doors on the YouTube channel, at least how you know it. Now, I've not really prepared anything for this, I haven't scripted anything or anything like that, but basically, it's been 5 years, 350 videos, all sorts of different methods of making videos that I've tried over the years, and I've had a blast. It's been very, very good. I feel unbelievably lucky to have found the audience that I did, but most of all, I feel really, really lucky to have made friends that I did along the way. All the Potty Mouth crew, Ian from Growing Local, people who've sent me amazing gifts like the potting station you saw recently. But this year, the entire year pretty much since the start of it, something has felt a little bit different. There's a sense of satisfaction and joy that I used to get from YouTube that I just don't really get anymore. And I think a massive part of it is that, I was talking about this in a recent video, but the plot, it feels kind of complete, if I'm honest, An allotment is never done, of course, there's always stuff to do, but the amount of work that has gone into these two plots over the last 5 years, it's really brought them into a whole new place, and I'm so happy. I'm so satisfied. The 2 greenhouses, the new shed, the polytunnel, Steve's polytunnel, the raised beds. It's been a labour of love, and it's been wonderful sharing those things. But now that they're done, it feels like, a lot of that excitement has kind of gone, that kind of exciting transformation stuff. And I've been unbelievably lucky to have the support of the patrons, and it's not a small amount of money. I get about £200 a month from the patron supporters. It kind of goes up and down a little bit, but on average it's been around £200 a month. And all that money has always gone into an account, and that has gone back into the garden, or it's gone on like camera equipment or video editing stuff. And basically I'm at the point where I don't really need that money for the allotment anymore. It started building up. I've got about £600 just sat there in an account. I've got enough money to buy compost for the next, good few years. And so I was kind of thinking about shutting down the Patreon for that reason, more than anything else as well. But over the last few weeks, as I've been thinking about sort of what the plans are for winter, I've just had a little voice in the back of my head saying, maybe the channel is done, basically. And at first I was like, no. Well, that voice has been there for years and years. It's always there, but this year especially, it's been getting a little bit louder. And then over the last few weeks, it feels like I might be done. And you've always got to be careful with that little voice in the back of your mind, haven't you? You've always got to be careful. So I think basically my plan is to pause for winter. I've paused the Patreon, I've paused all that stuff, and I think we're going to see how we feel after winter. I'm not going to be like deleting the channel or anything like that. All these videos will stay here, and I like the idea of, even if this is sort of the end, as it were, I like the idea of still doing a video maybe every few months or something like that, maybe just a tour or a catch up. But certainly I think for me, the scheduled release, well, it's not scheduled, is it? I've never had a schedule. I've aimed for one a week at least, and 350 videos over 5 years. We're averaging more than one a week at least. And even a quick video, where it only takes a few hours to edit and then a bit of time to make a thumbnail, it's basically still the majority of a day. So normally Friday, Saturday or Sunday is dedicated to YouTube. 2 or 3 hours at the allotment, 3 or 4 hours editing, a little bit more on the YouTube side of things for a quick one, And it doesn't sound like that much time, but actually, over the years, it really is. And it would be quite nice to have that time back. So that's the plan for now. We're going to pause. We're going to kind of reset and see how we feel. The thing I want to mention is that this is nothing to do with the allotment, right? And it's not about the gardening mojo either. I talk a lot about the gardening mojo, how it can wax and wane over the years, over the kind of season, and you have periods where you're here all the time, like frantically trying to care for seedlings, plant stuff out, get stuff going. And then, you know, sometimes you burn out. I'm not experiencing that at all. It's not about that. It's not about YouTube burnout. What it really is, more than anything else, is I'm bored by the sound of my own voice. Like, I'm kind of sick of myself. I'm sick of editing my videos, and I don't feel like I have all that much to offer anymore. Now that this is what it is, and it will probably stay pretty much like this. It's going to be maintaining it like this, making sure it ticks over. And I just don't feel like I've got that much to offer anymore, you know? I don't want to be in the position where I'm just making videos for the sake of it. You know, one a week where I'm going, oh, I've got to make a video, what am I going to do? And there's always stuff to talk about. Whenever you come up here, you know, I'll come up here and I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll make a 10-minute video and then I'll make a 40-minute long video. There's always stuff to talk about, but it feels like something else, you know, like something else about the way that it's just kind of run its course. And maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe a few months away and I'll look back on this and be like, oh, that was weird. And I'll go back to making a video a week, but I'm not really sure. One thing to add as well, the potty, you might have noticed, you know, the potty mouth live stream went on pause recently, and actually that was completely independent of this. That was kind of Tony's idea, and it just seems like a bit of a coincidence, if anything. So watch that space as well. We're not sure what's going on there for the time being. It's been a great year in the garden as well, you know, there's so many harvests, there's nothing really to be down about or stressed about, and there's nothing going on in my personal life, there's nothing dramatic. It's, you know, it's nothing like that, it's nothing external, it just feels like it's kind of run its course a little bit, you know, and that's fine, isn't it? That's just life, that happens sometimes. Now, what I would say is whenever a YouTube channel stops uploading regularly, it quite often goes to die. So if I do, you know, make any follow-ups, or if I do start doing a monthly tour or something like that, make sure, well, this is not clickbait at all, I promise you, but do make sure you hit subscribe and the bell, because if you hit the bell, you'll get a notification if I do upload something 4 months from now. Otherwise, there is genuinely a good chance you might not see it. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? Yeah. Just a massive thank you to everyone who's watched along the way, and especially the patrons. You know, I say it so often in my videos and I get a bit bored of myself hearing it, but hopefully it comes across how genuine it is. You know, the surprise that the patron was half as successful as it was, it meant so much. And really the Patreon's existence is why I was still doing a video a week. You know, when people are giving you cold, hard cash, their hard-earned money to support what you're doing, you've got to give them something in return, you know, even if it's only me waffling on, but you've got to make something. So, yeah, with all of that shut down, it'll maybe feel a bit more free, and it would be nice to make a video only when I felt like I had something to really say or really show you, as opposed to making a video for the sake of it. So, thank you ever so much for watching. An extra special thank you to all of the Chili Pepper tier patrons, Tony, Bill, Pam, Mel, Socks, Dorcasaur, Louise, Andre, and Brett. And maybe I'll see you again in the future.